Hello everybody, this is Starscreamo65, and today I'll be bringing you a video review of the Transformers Generations Fiddling 30 Voyager class Brainstorm. So here we have Brainstorm in his jet mode, his Cybertronian jet mode. This is based off Brainstorm's incarnation in the IDW comics for the robot mode to the jet mode as well. And it's a nice jet mode. It is very simple in my mind. You have the arms just hanging right here off the side, the legs hanging off the back, but the ends of the feet do kind of look like thrusters. Nice Autobot symbols typographed on the wings. Then you have the nose cone, if you want to call it that, with these guns on the ends. Take these off for now. They have some nice silver paint on the barrels. And being the Headmaster, Brainstorm's head comes off as the Nebulon Arcana. So you can open the cockpit here and to take Arcana out, set them off to the side, and leave a nice little seat in there for Arcana. Close it up for now. And here we have Arcana in his Nebulon mode, or you want to call it a robot mode. It's nice. Kind of reminds me of the Star Wars Transformers minifigures that were able to sit within the bigger robots. As far as articulation goes, his head's on a ball joint, which becomes the ball joint for Brainstorm's head. He has ball jointed arms, but they are quite stiff, and they are just panels with some painted blue plastic over the molded arms. And then he has a joint up here at the hips, and then he has the joint, but his legs move in unison. So convert him into head mode now, and all you want to do, because the head's right on his back, is to bring his legs down, and then bring them up, like so. There you have Arcana in his head mode for Brainstorm. Set that up to the side. But all in all, it is a nice vehicle mode. It is quite large for comparison. You can't even see the top of it. But here he is next to Dirge. You can see that Brainstorm is quite a bit longer than Dirge. If I can scoop this back, you can see the Brainstorm is a nicely sized jet, albeit irregularly. So, to transform Brainstorm here into a robot mode, first you want to flip up the landing gear up into the nose cone of the jet. Probably raise the camera at this point. He gets real tall, real fast. He's one of the taller figures in recent years. For the sci class. You want to unpeg his arms, like so. You have a peg here on the arms that peg into the leg there. Then you want to fold the wings against his shoulders, like so. I'm going to leave these wings out for now, but you can flip them back in robot mode. Then you want to open up these panels here, and you want to take the nose cone, or the front of the jet, we would want to call it, and bring it down. And you want to come back here, the underside of the jet, and unpeg his legs to peg right here towards the knee, the leg, that will peg in to what becomes his back here. You want to bring that down and out on a nice clickety ratchet joint. And peg this leg, do the same thing. bring it down and out. You can get it past the front of the jet, like so. And then take the front of the jet and bring it all the way up, and there's a peg right here that will go into this peg hole right here on his waist, like so. Turn the figure around, straighten his legs, so keep them actually splayed. It makes him easier to stand, although he has nice pivoting feet. And take these panels here on his legs, bring them up, flip the foot out, like so. Open up this panel, the other leg, and flip the foot out. This will also make him a bit easier to stand. You can actually see him completely on camera. Now you're going to bring his arms down. They don't peg in back here, but you're just going to bring them down, straighten them out, press, bring the arm up again, and then rotate the forearm around. Same thing over here. Bring the forearm down, excuse me. Straighten it out, then rotate it 180, like so. Then you want to take these panels here on his forearms, and you want to, well, this is hard. I'm gonna bring them out, like so. Very, very stiff. And then you're going to try to wrestle the fist out of its hole in there. It is hard to do because there isn't a lot of clearance to get the hand past the open panel there. It's unfortunate. Close the forearm back up once you get the hand out. Same thing over here. Although, if you don't mind, I'm going to do this off camera. I'd like to be able to brace the figure, and I can't do it without completely overshadowing the figure on camera. Or knocking the camera over. Alright, there we are. There we have his other hand out. And then you want to take his head, and you have this peg right here that will theoretically peg into this peg right here in this neck cavity. So first, before putting the head in, there's two options. You can put the head in, and this panel will flip down, revealing the tech specs from Generation 1, not on the actual packaging. Or you can push this mechanism down here now, which I prefer, like so. You can see in there see strength. So that is strength. You can see his speed. That's the red bar, or yes, the red. Strength is gray, and the intelligence is blue. Believe it or not, at least in Generation 1, his speed was higher than his intelligence, what I can see here. Flip that panel back up. And now we're going to try to get his head in. Now, unfortunately, this is a failed gimmick. I'll talk about that more once I get his head in. So, it is hard to get his head in, and actually I should probably, and I recommend that you take this front of the jet down from his back and bring it against his waist so you have a little more room to get his head in. This is hard to get on camera, and I apologize if it's not turning out well here, but you just want to push his head in like so. Now, you heard that click. It's not supposed to click like that. It's not supposed to go down that far, and I just can't seem to get it to get it in the right spot, unfortunately. So, but again, we'll get to that in just a minute. And then you want to just bring this back up and peg it back in. Off camera we go. Don't know why this isn't working. There we are. Pegged in now. Alright, and there we have Brainstorm in his robot mode. Back the camera up further because he is tall. You can't even see the tips of his wings, although he isn't, well, yeah, there we are. Now you can. Brainstorm here is really impressive in robot mode, and I'm really pleased with him. What he lacked in jet mode for me, he makes up for in robot mode. He just looks spectacular. I think he's one of the best looking figures in a long time. The design is there, and there was work put into this figure, but the execution for the gimmick is poor. As far as the head goes, this lever here is supposed to activate a release mechanism that will pop the head off, or at least make it easier to get out. Now, I'm not going to demonstrate taking it out, because quite honestly it's scary. But you're supposed to be able to push this down and easily yank it out. I have to kind of pull it out. And although my figure is not misassembled like Bolt Matrix's, I'd rather not risk it, so I'm probably just going to leave his head on unless I really want to see Arcana in the cockpit in jet mode. So, that's unfortunate, but the figure still looks great. As far as his guns go, you could either stick them in his hands, like so. But personally, I like them better back on his nose cone. I think it makes him look a bit taller, and I like the silver barrels flanking his head. Off camera, I apologize. It's just easier to do, seeing as it's on the back of a figure. There we are. And you can conceivably bring the guns down to be shoulder cannons. That's cool. They're actually down like that in the comics, the shoulder cannons. I'm not entirely sure of that. I don't read the comics as much as I'd like to. So yes, so comparison in this mode. Here we have Brainstorm next to the classic Optimus Prime. You can see that Brainstorm is quite a good deal taller than Brainstorm is a good deal taller than Classic's Prime, which is funny to me. But no, Brainstorm has some pretty good flexibility. His head is on a ball joint, because it is Arcana's head. They can do a full 360, which is neat. Be careful of this back of the jet, though. As you keep pulling the head off and on, it gets looser and looser. You can see it's very loose on this side, but it's stiffer on this side. So his head can hold poses better on his right than on his left, and he can hold a straight head pose easily. He has ratcheting shoulders that go in and out, like so, but they can only go so far due to the this tip here moving against the guns on his shoulders. And then he has a universal joint here for forward and backward movement. Then he has a below the shoulder swivel, and then he has a ratcheted. He has double jointed elbows, joint here, and then a ratcheted joint here, where his arm meets his forearms, and then his wrists can go in and out for transformation. No waist articulation, but you can take these panels here and move them out that far, and then move this one out that far, like so. So those do not hinder leg articulation all that much. But yes, they get a universal joint at the hips. Then he has inward and outward ratchet. He has more than 90 degrees at the knee, which is nice. And then his feet are great. They pivot that much to the left, his left, and that much to the right, or vice versa. So all in all, he can strike some nice poses, and he looks really good to me, in just about any pose that he's in. For some reason, he's kind of leaning forward. Don't know why that is. Oh, it's because I don't got his legs straight. Okay. There we are. Now look, he's kind of tipping backwards. Alright. as far as this figure goes, like I said, I think the designers at Hasbro, the Transformers Design team, really put a lot of thought into this figure. But as I said before, the execution wasn't there with the Headmaster gimmick. I think Hasbro could have done better with making perhaps Arcana's head cylindrical, maybe being a 5mm port, and then making there be a 5mm port in his neck, so you can just peg the head in and just pull it out like a weapon. And for example, Brainstorm's hands. I don't know. Maybe there's a reason why that would not have worked. Maybe they wanted the chest tech spec gimmicks to work with the head. I don't know. But unfortunately, the Headmaster gimmick is flawed and only works for, I guess, certain figures. Me, I'm lucky that my figure is not disassembled. However, the Headmaster gimmick doesn't like to work. To be honest, it really doesn't bring the figure down all that much for me. I think he's a really cool figure. He looks great in both modes, and he's quite large for his size. So, I highly recommend this figure, and don't be turned off by the Headmaster gimmick not working. He's still a completely functional figure, even without the Headmaster, Arcana, working out well as an individual figure popping off from the neck. So this has been the video review for the Transformers Generations Thrilling 30 Voyager class Brainstorm. This has been Starscream 65. Thank you very much for watching, and do take care.